Hello, it's Mindless Insanity 602 reporting to you with day 23, 23rd's film review. And in day 23's film review, we're going to be taking a look at a film called Leprechaun, which is a 1993 R-rated 92-minute comedy fantasy horror film from Mark Jones. Anyways, and I got this little pack. It was cheap. It had all 7 Leprechaun movies. Fuck yeah. Leprechaun movies. Anyways, Leprechaun, I'm not, admittedly, I'm not a big fan of the Leprechaun franchise. Admittedly, I'm not. First of all, if I was a big fan, I wouldn't know, like I know the artistic blossoming of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise the most, because I'm a big fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. This, on the other hand, and this also goes for Chucky, they're both lame Freddy Krueger knockoffs, except for they're not scary. They have the jokes, they have all of them, but in all honesty, they don't pull them off like Freddy does. They are just a fucking jokes to the genre. I fucking hate all the Chucky Child's Play films, but if I find the Blu-ray set cheap, I'll buy it. I fucking bought this. I fucking bought the Saw for them. I'm not a big fan of Saw. So, we have Leprechaun. And Jennifer Aniston is in it, and she's driving and to this place where her father or something wants her to move there. After she moves there, she goes and in the beginning we find out that there were some complications with the Leprechaun. And after you have the complications with the Leprechaun, as seen there on the cover, as seen on the cover, you got the Leprechaun, and he goes around making a fool of himself, not being scary. Maybe it's a length thing, because I can't really take, like Chucky and Leprechaun, they're short. And I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to begrudge or be hateful to midgets and dwarfs. I'm fine with that. I want to make that abundantly clear. But in general, I'm just not really afraid of people who are, smaller than me. Sorry. Freddy Krueger, I would be scared of that motherfucker because he's almost equal length by me, and he actually has something fucking scary about him. Michael Myers on the other hand, has something fucking scary about him. Jason Voorhees himself has something scary about him. Leatherface has something scary about him. Jigsaw, although it's like a whole bunch of different people. I meant Ghostface, although that's a whole bunch of different people. Same goes to Jigsaw, they pretty much have a whole bunch of different people. But both those are fucking scary. Although Jigsaw could be considered a little doll thing, but it's mainly humans organizing of doll. It's humans setting tortures and traps. But this is just plain not funny. I understand that it tries to be humorous. I seriously understand that the film tries to be humorous, but I all in all didn't find it funny. The big major portions of the film where it's trying to be funny is this big overweight kid and this big overweight like Chris Farley motherfucker, like he has the same like schnick of Chris Farley or John Candy or whatever, and this little annoying kid. You got them, and they try to be fucking humorous. They say, "Oh, is there something wrong with my brain or something?" He's one of them. That's what one of them got. The big guy who has the big old John Candy fucking shtick in this film, and you have that. It wasn't funny. You had the guy in the jean jacket who also wasn't really funny. He was just there to be like a voice of reason. The Leprechaun, rides around in his little fucking tricycle or whatever. It's not funny. In all honesty, this is Jennifer Aniston's I don't know if she did anything pre-Leprechaun. Let's fucking see if she did anything pre-Leprechaun. Let's see. Let's see. Did she do anything pre-Leprechaun? Oh, she had a bit portion in Mac and Me as an extra. She had a few television appearances in a TV movie called Camp Kajua and whatever, but in terms of films, this is her film debut in Leprechaun. And in all honesty, I enjoy Jennifer Aniston. She's fine. She's funny in films like Horrible Bosses. Stuff that actually has some fucking smart comedy. This is not funny. The budget, it also looks really cheap. The film looks really cheap. It looks full moon in Asylum bad quality. The acting is horrible. I can't stand the little kid. I can't stand the overweight guy. Can't stand Jennifer Aniston. Can't stand the guy in the jean coat. I can't stand any of the actors. They're annoying. They don't really have any, major attributes that I would go and say, that's fucking awesome. I would like to see more of that. That guy has some really kick-ass things about him. No. There's nothing in that film. There's nothing in this film that remotely has any remote enjoyability in the film to me. There's nothing really here for me. I could get why people would like it. I'm not going to pull that you're not a true horror film fan or you're not a true film fan shit as I previously do, because I don't know if you're a true film fan or not, and that's a bullshit thing for me to say. So that's a bullshit thing on my behalf to say. But in my humble opinion, I think if you like the Leprechaun films, and the Child's Play Chucky films, you like intentionally bad films. You like films that you yourself are aware of how bad it is, but yet you enjoy it. Plain and fucking simple. Plain and simple. If you find any enjoyment out of this, you simply like bad movies, and I don't begrudge you from that. That's just your opinion, and I respect your opinion. You are entitled to your opinion, and I'm entitled to mine, and we're all entitled to our opinions, and I'm not really going to be, oh, you're not a true horror film fan or whatever, because that's fucking bullshit. You and I both know that whoever plays that game is fucking bullshit. But, all in all, I'm just not really a big fan of Leprechaun, and I'm just going to briefly talk about the sequels to the Leprechaun films, since I've seen them all, and I fucking own all of them now. And, I'm just going to give you simple, short, simple things. Leprechaun 2, he has his girl trapped, It's not really funny. It's not very funny, but it has a little bit more stuff that I could find, in comedic-wise, a little bit more redeemable than his predecessor. But all in all, it's not a very good flick. The humor is still shit. Didn't like any of the characters. The acting's awful. Leprechaun 3, which is, Leprechaun Goes to Las Vegas. All in all, I don't really like that one much. Don't really like it. It's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap and it's pretty lazy. Pretty lazy, and it's just not a very good flick if you ask me. Um, it attempted to do something plot-wise, but overall it felt cheap and lazy, and fuck that movie. Caroline Williams is in it, and that's cool. Like her. She was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. We got Leprechaun 4 in space. There's really no consistency in these Leprechaun films. Yeah, the first two, they seem like they could be streamlined sequels. 3 and 4, they tried their little, gimmickry with, put them in fucking Jason Voorhees later entries in the original Jason Voorhees fucking franchise, Friday 13th bullshit, where they just rely on fucking gimmicks. So yeah, you have him and fucking in Las Vegas and get to see him in space or wherever. The next two, which are fucking one of the most uncreative batch of sequels. You have Leprechaun in the Hood, another film that tries to do the gimmickry, but it doesn't work. And then you have Leprechaun 2, Back to the Hood, which apparently there's part 2s on the Leprechaun fucking franchise. Whatever. Leprechaun 2, Back to the Hood. It's a pretty horrible film. In all honesty, it's pretty shit. In my opinion, it's a little bit more darker than the first In the Hood Leprechaun film, but all in all, I'm just not a big fan of it. Then you have Leprechaun Origins, which is a prequel, or I don't know what the fuck it is. Apparently, it's part of the Leprechaun franchise. It, in my opinion, is probably the best out of the whole fucking franchise, and that's not saying much. It's still a pretty bad film. It's still a pretty awful film, in all honesty, but in comparison to the other 6, it's like fucking Citizen Kane and Citizen Kane Casablanca, all combined and rolled up into one fucking movie, but still pretty fucking horrible, and it's not a very good flick, and I'm not very much into the fucking Leprechaun franchise. It's cheap, it's lazy, it's uninspired, and it's just plain god awful. Plain god awful. If, you have the Wish angle, Leprechaun, Wish angle. If I want to see, somebody taking advantage of wishes, go watch Wishmaster. The original Wishmaster is a lot fucking better than any of the Leprechaun films. And I'm not really the hugest fan of the Wishmaster films. I only really like Part 2. Part 2 of the Wishmaster films is good. 4 has a few redeemable things, but it's ultimately really cheap. 3 is awful, and I respect Part 1, but fuck these, and there's the disc, look at all that, there's disc, all of them are in good quality. That's all I can say. And there's extras. There's fucking extras in this fucking set, which I don't really think the Leprechaun films are really worth extras. So, anyways, fuck Leprechaun. It could eat my fucking ass and spit out my dick or whatever. I don't care. Fucking Leprechaun sucks dick. And I'll be back with Day 24's review. Bye.